wrapping up the day and about to enjoy a Oliver Serie O cigar, Nicaraguan cigar, very highly rated by Cigar Aficionado. And enjoying it with a glass of Craigellachie, 13-year-old Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey, bottled at 46%. So, like often other 46% bottlings, I will add just a little dash of water, just letting the water do its thing first. So much of my day is spent is spent I have Zoom calls, I have client orders to work on, I'm creating content, that I have personal appointments and matters to attend to. Something that helps me get through the day and get through the day efficiently as I possibly can while accomplishing as much as possible is I'm incredibly fixated on planning. Not to the point where if I don't accomplish something, I go crazy. But I'm pretty religious in planning, and that's what I'd like to discuss today a little bit. Is what I do to help me get through each day and to accomplish as much as possible. So a lot of people today will now use their phones, mine somewhere, and they'll put their appointments, they'll set alarms. I much prefer pen and paper. And if you haven't tried this, if it's something that maybe you used to once upon a time, I strongly suggest that you look at getting back into this, and specifically with pen and paper. For me, planning in great detail was something that I I I got into when I was in the army. Um, Obviously, we had lots of things to plan and prepare. And importantly, when I was at graduate school, I was taking double the course load because I was working at the time, and I was teaching undergraduate courses. So my schedule was chock full, and so without detailed planning, I would not have been able to um, get through my daily routine, my daily tasks. So, but more than that, detailed planning and keeping a diary of some kind every day, it gives us a little bit more than just checking things off. So I prepared a couple of notes. Again, I planned this. I have a number of these brown journals that I document everything in. So one will be for my social media content for this and for another channel. Another one will be on my finances. Another one will just be to capture general ideas I have during the day. And then I have my go-to planner, which is just a leather-bound journal with each day. I don't know if you can see it from there. Each page has 3 days. Um, so one thing I do find is that it is a great productivity tool. It keeps me very much on track, on focus. I like to use little check marks next to each thing I hope to accomplish, and seeing each one, um, checked off. I do feel a greater sense of productivity at the end of the day. And I'll backtrack a little bit in a second and explain how I actually prepare this. Um, so yeah, it's a fantastic productivity tool. It Doing it the night before, as much as I possibly can, eliminates the need that I need to make a decision as to what I'm going to be doing the following day. I've already planned it out, so there's no waking up in the morning and firefighting, saying, okay, what is it I have to get done today, and then just running from point to point to point. Everything, is planned out as much as I possibly can. Of course, I do allow for there to be a sense of, okay, if it doesn't go according to plan, it's not the end of the world, but I start with the biggest, most important things that almost non-negotiable that I have to accomplish. So they'll get included first as for my tasks the following day. Great for time management. If I'm doing a Zoom call, I will block them off accordingly. I do have a couple of online schedulers that I will also use for that. But again, um, perhaps it's old school. I like to do it pen and paper. Pen, I like a fountain pen. Putting it on paper with a pen creates more of a sense of that you're truly invested in your schedule, in your routine, and in those things that you hope to accomplish. So great for time management, keeps you focused, keeps you on track. If you know you have ABC coming up, you're not going to wander off and take care and do something else. So the focus, it keeps you focused, and you have a huge sense of accomplishment when you're looking at your list at the end of the day and you've checked most of them off. You feel a great sense of accomplishment. The best way for me to do this, though, again, is to plan it, is to prepare it at the evening before, the day before. Sometimes I'm scheduling things days ahead, weeks ahead, but generally I like to sit down every evening and review my upcoming list for tomorrow, so that when I wake up, I know exactly what's in store for me. I leave time in there for obviously for time for going to the gym, time for for a little bit of downtime, for personal matters. But really, the main business points I hope to accomplish that day, or even some personal things I really want to get taken care of, will be committed here. I do go a little bit, to extreme sometimes, and I'll color code things. But I'm not suggesting you do that. But what I do recommend, if you haven't already started doing it, consider investing in this. You can go to any stationery store and just buy a relatively inexpensive journal, one that gives you enough space to write things out on a daily basis, and start just experiment with planning out your tasks for the next day and checking them off one by one. And I think you'll after doing this, if you can stay on track with doing this, you'll notice that you will become a lot more productive, a lot more efficient, and you'll start feeling a lot more accomplished. There's really, for me, there's nothing more frustrating than at the end of the day saying, okay, what the hell did I do today? I feel like I was running around, but I didn't get anything accomplished. Creating a plan will help you feel that sense of accomplishment. So, I mean, I pick up my journal pages. I use the Filofax inserts. I buy them on Amazon. It's 6-ring, I think it's A5 it's called, a 6-ring journal. And that works. I mean, you might find something else works better for you, but for me, it's the A5 size. It's easily portable. It doesn't take up too much space, and pretty much you'll see this wherever I go. I've got this with me, with some of my notebooks. But this is, for me, this is the perfect time of the day to enjoy a cigar, to have a glass of whiskey, to wrap the day up, and then to sit for a few minutes and start to schedule my day ahead. So if you haven't, consider buying a journal. Try to do it with paper and not using the phone, and I think you'll feel that you're a lot more invested in what it is you're doing, and you will, at the end of the day, feel that greater sense of accomplishment. So I'm going to sit here for the next hour or so and just plan out tomorrow, write a few notes for some upcoming videos, and enjoy the rest of this cigar. And I'll taste this first. Nice. It's creamy, sweety. It's a bit of spice on this one too. I find the 46% bottlings tend to be just a little bit on the spicier side, obviously with a higher alcohol content. But yeah, the Craigellachie 13-year-old, 46%, not too bad. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I just wanted to kind of give a bit of insight into what I do to plan my day, and hopefully you'll give it a shot and let me know how it goes. So thanks for watching. If you haven't, I do appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build up a bit of momentum here, so any follows, if you subscribe, it helps me greatly. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.